Welcome back. How's it going? My name is still Rafael. I've got my Caroline Polachek shirt on today, and I'm here to do part 2 of my record collection. If you saw part 1, we did A through L, which I never said in that video, but today we'll do M through Z. I'm so excited. I had so much fun recording and editing that video. It just felt so good to do something for myself and to make it kind of dumb at the same time. So to further that trend, let's just get right on into the video, okay? Okay, starting off strong, one of the greatest icons of all time of pop music, Madonna. First album, self-titled. I bought this version because it has this square deal hype sticker on it, and I just thought that was cool. It's like evidence of a past life. And how many lives that this specific record has had. It's all killer, no filler, 8 amazing songs. Of course, everyone knows the classics like Holiday, Lucky Star, Borderline, Burning Up, but honestly, my favorite underrated song, look at her. My favorite underrated song, Think of Me. If you don't know that one, check it out. So good. Of course, Material Girl. Material Girl, can't go wrong. Pretty sure my boyfriend bought this for me. Thank you. And there's some amazing songs on it too. Dress You Up. Where's the Party? No, Angel, of course. All the hits, so good. I've got a 12-inch Angel. I have a 12-inch single of Angel, but the real reason I bought it is because the B-side is Into the Groove, which is one of my favorite songs of all time, and one of my favorite Madonna songs, but not, it's up there. It's up there. But the extended dance mix of Angel on this is also really good. It's just super fun to have, and like fun to spin. Of course, True Blue. It took me a long time to get into True Blue. For a while, I thought it was a little unfocused and corny, but I don't feel that way anymore. And Madonna, I'm sorry for ever thinking that. Papa Don't Preach, White Heat, Live to Tell, Open Your Heart. 12-inch maxi single, Open Your Heart. Yeah, this is the extended version, and then the B-side is like the dub of Open Your Heart, and then White Heat. Next up, I've got a really cool record store day pressing of You Can Dance. This is a collection of remixes and yeah, just like extended editions of already amazing songs. It's on this beautiful opaque red pressing. There's that iconic Sire Records logo. I'm just happy that, ooh, it's windy outside. But how awesome is this? And these remixes, these extended versions are so good. This is so super fun to put on. Even sometimes I put on and just like dance to it alone. Yeah, I do, so what? Finally, for my Madonna collection, you're about to see my favorite album of all time, period, as well as my favorite Madonna album, Ray of Light. She mothered so hard on this that the impact that it's had on pop music is to this day still being calculated by the top minds at MIT. Groundbreaking pop record. Magdalena Bay, Imaginal Disc. Kind of like a sleeper hit from last year, right? I feel like people who are really into pop music really love this record on kind of like a true white. Just fun. I don't think I have any other white pressings in my collection. Randomly, I've seen Magdalena Bay twice live, but both times it was kind of by accident, and no shade against them. They're fabulous live, but they opened for Carly Rae Jepsen one year at the Aragon Ballroom, I want to say, and then I saw them at Pitchfork in the same year, and I was like, so pleasantly surprised. They're great. They keep doing your good work. Great album, Magdalena Bay. It's so funny, like M randomly is just full of absolute icons for me. Kylie Minogue, Impossible Princess. Oh, this isn't my favorite Kylie album, but it is a huge turning point in her career. She took the reins herself, did something for herself, and created this amazing, like enduring album that kind of stands out still to this day. This beautiful marbled magenta vinyl. Kylie Minogue, I love you. Okay, another big stack. Time for Joni Mitchell. Clouds. Both Sides Now is on this record. This pressing is cool because apparently it's like, it was made in this very specific time when they were like, this imperfection was on it. I don't know if you can see that it runs up and down the back jacket. The fact that she recorded and released Both Sides Now at this point in her career when she was so young, it's heartbreaking almost to think about like what led her to write that song. It's an eternal song, and for that reason alone, I said I had to buy this, but it's a beautiful little folk singer-songwriter album and marks the beginning of one of our greatest musical geniuses' careers. So, of course, I had to get it. Ladies of the Canyon. My favorite song on here is Conversation. I heard a cover of it, and instantly I was like, did Joni Mitchell write this song? She did. One of my favorite albums of all time, Blue. It's an album I found solace in, that I found joy in. I think it's Joni's best album, one of the best albums of the 20th century, and changed the singer-songwriter game. Every single one is perfect. I love this album, and it's immortal. I had to own it. For the Roses, Joni Mitchell. Side B especially is so electric. You Turn Me On a Radio, Woman of Heart and Mind. I heard this playing in a record store and I was like, I'll take it. Hajira. This is my only like reissue or like new pressing of Joni's. I think my other ones are like first or second editions. And I love this album. It's a turning point in Joni's career when she went towards something a little looser, a little jazzier. Her tunings are just a little stranger. This has my favorite Joni song on it, Coyote. We would always play The Last Waltz on Thanksgiving. And she does Coyote, and that's a little freer. It's a little more rambling, just like The Open Road, okay? And it's essential in her discography. I love this woman. I love this album. Next up, I got Tom Paxton's album, Ramblin' Boy. Look at how handsome he was. I bought this because it has two of my favorite like folk songs on it, which are, what are they called? Ramblin' Boy and Lasting on My Mind. The homoerotic subtext of Ramblin' Boy and Lasting on My Mind. Gotta love that. Another top 10 Roth essential. I mean, Liz Phair, Exile in Guyville, Chicago, girl, ayo. I've worn the hell out of my CD of this. I've played it so many times in my car. This album, I first listened to it in high school, but it wasn't really essential to me until I would like play it on repeat in college. Explain It to Me, Canary, Divorce Song, Strange Loop, 6-1, F and Run. I mean, it's just full of amazing songs. She captured lightning in a bottle on this record. Liz Phair, listen to this album. Okay, this is the newest album that I've picked up. This is the Pointer Sisters Breakout. I've been on a really big Pointer Sisters kick because of their song Dare Me, which is not on this album. They're amazing vocalists. They're amazing sisters, and look at how they're all serving. Look at these crazy outfits. I love them. But this has amazing hits on it. Jump, Automatic, Neutron Dance. Oh, I thought I'm So Excited was on this. But this is the original mix. That's what the label when I bought it said, and I got this at a really reasonable price. So I'm so excited to listen to this. They have so many amazing songs beyond I'm So Excited, which of course is impeccable. This section seems to be all about artists whose albums I own multiple of, and Caroline Polachek is no exception to that. Pang, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You, Caroline Polachek t-shirt. I mean, I feel like I don't have so much to say about these because everyone knows how incredible they are, but these, I've been a fan since Chairlift. If I can find a copy of Moth that isn't $75, then I would love to own it. And if anyone can do that for me, that would be amazing. Of course, I'm gonna show off my beautiful, beautiful pressing of Desire. I think this won the Grammy for Best Album Packaging. Is that true? I'll find out and then I'll report back. But I mean, these are just like awesome, creative and super skillfully done pop albums. Jessica Pratt, On Your Own, Love Again. Everyone knows the song Back Baby. She has had quite a year. She was featured on that Troye Sivan song, that little sample of her voice. She was featured on that A$AP Rocky song. Huh? Love it. Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers 88. I love Hot Nights and Dancing Late at Night. And this is another like beautiful sky blue opaque pressing. How lovely is that? Okay, this is an album that I bought mostly for the photography. This is The Ritchie Family, Bad Behavior. Bad Reputation. Look at this, they've got hunks on leashes. All the sisters are leather clad on a motorcycle. The back, they're in the gym while the ladies watch. I love that. And the music is really fun. It's nothing to write home about, but it's super fun disco music, and this is just like too perfect to pass up. I've got the Roches. I'll start with the Maggie and Terry Roche record that I have, Seductive Reasoning. Oh, great title, right? I love it. I love this album cover too. What is it called? Down the Dream. Ugh, what a heartbreaking song. I also love West Virginia. They're so creative, these sisters. This is the band that Maggie and Terry Roche had before Suzy joined, I wanna say. This is too good for me to pass up. And of course, everyone knows they're self-titled, The Roches. What an amazing album cover. Look at these sisters. A lot of sisters in this section, no? They're awesome. The photography is so good. Hammond song, Runs in the Family, Mr. Selak. Gosh, this album is so good. This is another boyfriend purchase. Thank you. Just a monumental singer-songwriter album. They are so interesting, so creative. And you see that again on Nerds. This was the first Roches album that I found and picked up. Not my favorite, but just like a piece of singer-songwriter history that I am happy to own and listen to. So yeah, the Roches. If you don't know, now you know. Linda Ronstadt, Heart Like a Wheel. This is probably my favorite Linda Ronstadt album, other than the live album that she put out, or that was put out a few years ago, if not last year. But this just front to back is so good. You're No Good, of course, is on here. Heart Like a Wheel. It's just amazing. If you've never listened to Linda Ronstadt, start here, go from there. It's getting hard to push and pull these albums out of this. It's getting really full. Diana Ross, The Boss. This is Diana, self-titled. It's especially cool because this album is, this artwork is so interesting. It unfolds like that. Ugh, look at her. Killing it as always. I especially love Upside Down, Mild Piano, I'm Coming Out, hello. This is a great disco album. It's what makes her one of the greats. Diana Ross, The Boss. It's My House, No One Gets the Prize. Sparkle, oh gosh. So good, so good. She's a little more vulnerable on this record. I also love how this beautiful dress kind of mirrors that sentiment, this like the ease with which she performs her craft. She truly is one of the greats. This is one of her greatest albums. Diana Ross, shout out to you. Total genre change. Soccer Mommy, Clean, one of my favorite 90s singer-songwriter revival of the 2010s records. Did you follow that? I think this album is perfect front to back. I would listen to it in the car driving around my hometown and just feel sorry for myself. But no worries, this album really got me through. On this album, Skin, Your Dog, Scorpio Rising. Ooh, Scorpio Rising, such a good song. Cool, Last Girl. I mean, front to back, banger, banger, banger. Thank you so much for this record, Soccer Mommy. Solange time. You know what? Sorry, I just had to fix my window because the light was absolutely crazy in here. It's Solange time. A seat at the table when I get home. Solange, when's the new music coming? When I lived in London, I got to go to the V&A Museum where they screened the When I Get Home movie, and it was awesome. They even filmed a little video when I was there, and they were like, this is going to Solange, this is going to Solange, and I have never seen evidence of that ever occurring, so who knows if that happened, but if it did, I'm somewhere on that tape. Spelling and the Mystery School. This is such a cool album. She like reworks a bunch of her songs with this backing band, and I love the photography for this. So gorgeous. This is such an accessible version of her music that can sometimes be a little free-flowing and a little bit harder to listen to casually, but these versions are all so beautiful, especially Under the Sun. Oh, so good. I'm so excited for her new album. Look at that opaque purple pressing. Another boss, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. And then this is what? The The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. This has my favorite Bruce Springsteen song on it, Rosalita. If you've never heard it, go listen to it right now. It just makes you want to dance. But then it also has, the rest of the songs are also amazing. E Street Shuffle is so good. And this is so, it's such like, early Bruce Springsteen is so different from what he does on like a super poppy album like this. And the compositions are just wild. They're so long. They're so muscular. And oh, it's just like so cool what they do. And this album is, of course, iconic. Born in the USA, front to back, like just perfect. And I have to say that an underrated song on this, Bobby Jean, so good. Kind of his like classic homoerotic songwriting, but it's also just like wonderfully sentimental. It's very vulnerable in a way that sometimes he isn't. Although I do believe that most of his songwriting is actually very vulnerable and that sometimes he's a misunderstood figure. But I love Bruce Springsteen. He's one of the best to ever do it. And as you can see, one of the few men that I have in here. So, Amy Stewart. What is this album called? Oh, it's just called Knock on Wood. Amy Stewart, Knock on Wood. Known for her song, Knock on Wood. But the rest of the album is super fun too. And look at her. Oh, I love this photography. I love this photo. She looks so beautiful. It's just a super fun disco record. And I got it for, I want to say like $7. And I was like, well, I know Knock on Wood. I love disco music. Why not pick it up? And I am so happy I did. This is such an amazing album. Sudan Archives, Natural Brown Prom Queen. It took me a while to figure out that these are like prom balloons. I like couldn't, I don't know what wasn't clicking, but this is an awesome, awesome album. Oh, look at this. It's all so creative. It's gorgeous. She is an amazing performer. She kills the violin live. It's so freaking cool. You have to see her live if you've never seen her live. And look at this like gorgeous orange and yellow splatter. These archives, I'm so excited to see what you do next. And keep killing it. Oh, you are just awesome. And I'm sticking to it. This is a Control. I mean, contemporary masterpiece. Not much to be said about it because, you know, it's gorgeous. Every time I listen to this album, I notice something new. I have a new favorite song. What's the phrase? It's like often imitated, never replicated, something like that. I don't think anyone can do what SZA does on this record. This is also a really random record that I got here. 1028. This was like a Chicago band that existed for a short amount of time in '86. This is an album I'm so excited about. This is Lorelei, Box for Buddy, Box for Star. Such an interesting blend of songwriting styles. He pulls from so many inspirations here. In a way, he's like such a collage artist, the way that he mixes and matches instruments and sounds and songwriting techniques. Just such a creative record. Super into it. Tracy Thorn record. Someone else who's in a band that I think is more popular than their name is. Tracy Thorn is, of course, from Everything But the Girl. It's cool. It's very vulnerable, kind of disguised by these like really classic poppy, thumping, clubby sounds. This translucent red with like gray, black smoke. Oh, and look at that disco ball. So awesome. In college, I had to put together a ballet warm-up for one of my ballet classes, and I chose a song from this album to do it to. Goes to show what goes on in my head. Tracy Thorn, record, super cool. This is Time Warp's Spiro World, and this is a cool, like, I don't want to say ambient, but a little ambient, super lovely. I've listened to this on a lot of planes, I have to say, but also on a lot of walks around the city. It's just really calming. It's really gorgeous. I love Tizeta. I love East River Dusk. Just a really awesome little album. Rest in peace, David Lynch. There's Angelo Badalamenti looking back at you. This TV show altered the course of my life. It showed me what TV can be. I can't say enough about it. And I'm sure many, many, many people have said more articulate things about what these artists have done for their lives, but I just knew that I had to. I'm not so much of a soundtrack person. I don't really love listening to soundtracks, but this is the one for me. This is a record that I'm so proud to say that I own. This is Hikaru Utada's Bad Mode, and it's in this like insane packaging. I also love how casual the photography is for this, and the song Somewhere Near Marseille. Too effing good. Remember Sports Like a Stone. This album rips. One of my favorite songs of all time on it is Out Loud. Waited for a long time to buy this record because I could never find it on vinyl except in my boyfriend's hometown, which is random, but it's like butterfly wings. Just awesome. So looks great, sounds great. This is a great little album. Cool. All right. It's time for Sharon Van Etten. Starting with Are You There? One of my favorite albums of the 2010s. This is just gorgeous. Afraid of Nothing, Tarifa, Every Time the Sun Comes Up. I mean, it's just a perfect album. What can you say? Follow up. Remind Me Tomorrow, 17, No One's Easy to Love. I just think that she is like a songwriting genius. I think she's been doing this for so long and is so good at it and just keeps getting better. And rounding up my collection though is We've Been Going About This All Wrong. Yeah, this album is genuinely sad. There's a lot of heartbreak on this album. Anything is so good. I'll Try, Mistakes. My favorite though is Darkish, which is this absolutely underrated ballad in my opinion. And I just think that she really gets to the core of something that we're all trying to give a name to. And that's this like 21st century malaise. It's like, how do you deal with the tragedy around you? And this is on this translucent smoky vinyl. I love the flowers, this like flower motif in the packaging as well. I just find this album to be, oh, and it's signed, by the way. Yeah, yeah, it's signed. Okay, totally different sound. Jessie Ware. Signed Jessie Ware, That Feels Good. And then one of the best albums of all time. Definitely the best album of 2020. I wish I had the extended like platinum edition on vinyl, but I do have it on CD. This is Disco Revival done right. I had the chance to see Jessie Ware perform at Berlin in Chicago before it closed. and what an electric night. And then when she toured in Chicago, I got to see her there, and then I saw her again at Pitchfork. But she is an incredible live performer. I love her personality. She's so smart and funny. And I sat her at my restaurant, and she and her assistant or her tour manager, whoever she was with, her friend, walked up to the host stand, and I looked at her and just like did a double take. So I was like, oh my God, it's Jessie Ware. And she asked me for recommendations. I gave her horrible ones. And then That Feels Good. Still some great tunes on this album. And Jessie Ware, I'm such a fan. Such a fan of you. Although, you know what, is that my first favorite Jessie Ware album was Glass House. And that is an underrated addition to her discography. Waxahachie, Saint Cloud, right? Saint Cloud, Tiger's Blood, favorite album of last year, hands down. I love the alt 90s country sound that she's going into or pulling from. She's a huge Lucinda Williams fan. I'm a huge Lucinda Williams fan, and you can hear those fingerprints all over this record and all over St. Cloud. This is an amazing album front to back. I love how her songwriting is honestly it's dense. She has such a way with words, but her melodies are so sharp and catchy and recognizable that you just keep getting pulled in. So I'm a big fan of Tiger's Blood, big fan of St. Cloud. On this one, it's like Fire, Lilacs, Witches, heyo. And then right back to it, Crowbar, Crimes of the Heart, Burns Out at Midnight, so good. Bored, oof, Bored is killer. Faye Webster, Atlanta Millionaires Club, Underdressed at the Symphony. I don't own I Know I'm Funny, Haha, is that what it's called? But that's a great album as well. This is on that like true opaque blue, beautiful. I love how this album really pushes her songwriting to its like skeletal limits. I love that. I think it's a really cool direction for her. This is just so awesome. Johnny, Kingston, Right Side of My Neck, even Flowers. Other people don't like Flowers. I like Flowers. So, Faye Webster, 2 great albums from her. Here's that Lucinda Williams, Car Wheels on a Gravel Road. This is like an iconic country album alt country album, I guess, from almost like Marigold, this like pale yellow pressing. Such a sharp songwriter, just knows her way around a melody. Just one of the best country songwriters of all time. This isn't my favorite album of hers, but it's within the top 3, and there are so many amazing songs on this. Car Wheels on a Gravel Road, Too Cool to Be Forgotten, Drunken Angel, so good. Can't Let Go, of course. Greenville. Greenville is amazing. This is an amazing album. Lucinda Williams is one of my favorite songwriters of all time. I'm so happy I own this, and I want more Lucinda on vinyl. I've got 3 from Jess Williamson, starting with Cosmic Wink, signed by Jess. Met her after her show up at Space in Evanston. Just such a light, so lovely, amazing live. We got to see her on the Timey and Accidental tour, and that just blew me away. Cosmic Wink is a sweet album. On that tour, she played a few songs from Sorceress as well. Wind on Tin is amazing, but of course my favorite is Love's Not Hard to Find. When I heard it at the concert, I had never heard it before, and I wept. So beautiful. And I'll be chasing the high of that live version for the rest of my life. But Time and Accidental, this is the album that got me into Jess Williamson. Grammy-nominated album, hello. And just so many amazing songs. Hunter, on this beautiful beautiful hot pink vinyl. I love the photography for this album. But so many amazing songs. Chasing Spirits, Hunter, Time and Accidental, I'd Come to Your Call. I'd Come to Your Call, strangely, is the one song that I didn't hear at either for concerts, and I wonder why. I'm so interested in that. But it's one of my favorite on the record. Something's in the Way is so good. And then Roads. Hearing Roads live, it was awesome. It was so awesome. Jess Williamson, I'm such a fan of yours. You're welcome in Chicago anytime, and I hope to see you live again. Thank you so much for your music. All right, and then, can you believe it? We are on the last album. Pigments by Don Richard and Spencer Zahn. It's a collaborative album between Don Richard and producer, songwriter Spencer Zahn. And this is like oh yeah, and it's signed. I always forget that. They're just two cool freaking people. Baby blue, powder blue, hello, Pigments, powder blue vinyl, gorgeous. And they have another collaboration that they released pretty recently that I'm excited to check out. But this is just too cool for me to pass up. And it's such a cool collaboration from two folks that I didn't necessarily imagine ever coming together, but they really maximized their joint slay on this. So thank you guys. This was too much fun for me. Do not get me started about any of this in person or else I will talk your ear off for far too long. But because it's my video and my YouTube channel, I can do whatever I want. So thank you so much for watching. And maybe I'll see you again, or maybe I won't, because this is all I really wanted to do. So thank you so much. Vinyl forever, physical media forever. Peace out.